Hello everyone, this is Dr. Liv with Livwithnewinsight, and thank you so much for joining me in another video. In today's video, I'm providing insight into the importance of getting your own closure. Quite naturally, after a painful breakup, betrayal, or toxic relationship, you want to know why. You want answers, and you want those answers to make sense. You want something that explains what happened and why someone you loved could hurt, betray, disrespect, or mistreat you. You're left confused, and sometimes you're in shock, disbelief, or you may feel emotionally numb, and your heart keeps searching for answers because it believes that those answers will finally bring you peace. But here's the painful reality. Even if the person gave you an explanation, it would never justify the betrayal, disrespect, manipulation, or the pain they caused. And many times the answers you're looking for simply aren't available. The person may never tell you the truth. They may lack insight into their own behavior. They may minimize what they did, deny it, blame you, or never take accountability, which means waiting for closure from them can keep you emotionally stuck. So you don't need closure from them to heal. But you do need to learn how to create your own closure. And that begins with a mindset shift. So instead of putting all of your attention, time, and emotional energy into figuring out why they did what they did, redirect that attention and emotional energy towards two things that will actually help you heal. And they are, number one, the learning lessons. Number two, your forward movement. Let's start with the learning lessons. Every painful experience can teach us something about ourselves, and not because we caused what happened, but because we can learn from how we responded to it. Ask yourself, for example, why did I overlook or dismiss red flags? Why did I tolerate behavior that hurt me? Why was I willing to accept less than what I deserved? Why was it difficult to assert myself or enforce boundaries? And were there moments when I abandoned myself just to keep the relationship? And these aren't questions to blame yourself. These are questions to help you grow. Because if you don't identify and work through these patterns, there's a greater chance that you'll carry them into future relationships. Healing isn't just about leaving the relationship. It's also about making sure that the unhealthy relationship doesn't continue living inside of you. The second part of creating your own closure is your forward movement. This is where your attention shifts from the past to your future. For example, who are you outside of this relationship? What kind of life do you want to create now? What goals have you put on hold? What routines need to be reestablished? What hobbies, interests, or passions have you neglected? It may also mean ending other relationships connected to that chapter of your life. It may mean reconnecting with supportive family and friends. It may also mean rebuilding your confidence, your identity, and your sense of purpose. In other words, you're no longer building your life around what you lost. Instead, you're building your life around who you're becoming. The process of getting your own closure can feel very unfair. Why should you have to do the healing when someone else caused the pain? And that's a very valid question. But understand that healing isn't about fairness. It's about your freedom. Because while you can't control what someone else chooses to do, you can choose what happens next in your own life. And yes, this process is also filled with uncertainty. But unfortunately, uncertainty is a part of life. No matter how much we plan, prepare, or do our due diligence, we'll never have every answer. There will always be things we don't know. People will leave without explanations. Some questions may never be answered. Some endings may never make complete sense. But part of healing is learning to tolerate that uncertainty without allowing it to stop your life. Because if you spend all of your life chasing certainty or chasing closure from them, you may never move forward. So ask yourself, what is the alternative? Begging for answers? Chasing someone who has already shown you who they are? Pleading for accountability from someone unwilling to take responsibility? Trying to force someone to change? Trying to force a relationship that no longer exists? Would any of these things truly give you peace? Would they restore your self-respect? Or would they keep you emotionally attached to someone who has already chosen to let go? So sometimes the healthiest decision is also the hardest one. We must accept what is, stop fighting reality, release the need for answers that may never come, and begin investing that energy into rebuilding yourself, rediscovering who you are, and creating a life that no longer depends on someone else's explanation for your peace. Because getting your own closure isn't about finally getting all the answers. It's about learning to validate yourself instead of waiting for someone else to do it. It's about standing on your own regardless of your relationship status, reclaiming who you are, and creating a life that no longer depends on someone else's choices for your peace. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.